Hello friends and welcome to Coding Station. As you can see on my screen, today I'll show you my code game that I have created. Now what's the basic of this my code game? You are going to write the code over here. You are going to write the code color over here. You're going to choose the background color of the code from here. You can increase and decrease the font size of the code from here, and even you can choose a font style from here. So instead of wasting time, let's get into the coding part. First, we have declared a variable which is x equal to 20. We'll understand why I have given it at the very end. Because in order to code something in a very correct way, we have to declare the variables first. So here I only use one variable, so it's short. Now when drop down is input, means drop down is not click, it's input. This is a drop down. From here I choose one. Then set property of the text area to the font family I get from the drop down. Easy. Now what are the designing components here? In order to understand the coding better, let me tell you. Here's a text area, here's a text input, here's a label, here's another label, here's a slider, another level, a slider, another level, a slider, a button, another button, and a drop down. Now, when slider red is input, set property text area. Text area is this thing. Its background color will be changed to the number I get from slider red, to the number I get from slider green, and to the number I get from slider blue. Please give me 1 second, because as this is a long coding, I just can't swipe every time to the right and show you all the coding. So just see. And then this is 0.5. I've chosen this. I could have just compressed it like by clicking on this. It would have got compressed, but I did not do that because I want its shades to be lighter. So in order to do that, I have chosen the 0.5. Okay, is that clear to you? Now I come to the slider blue. The same coding required for slider red will be given in the coding for slider blue and slider green. In Thunkable, when we code something, we can duplicate the coding block and we can paste it below. But in Code Studio, we cannot do that, and that's my point of sadness, because if we could do that, the coding would have been faster, because the blocks are the same. The only thing changing in these three coding lines is the name of the slider. Okay. Now this is for slider red, this is for slider blue, and this is for slider green. Let me explain you this part of coding. Now when slider green is input, if I only chose the clicked option, not input, then what would have happened? When I click on the slider, the thing would have changed, the color would have changed. But I want to take the slider to a certain point when the color would change. For that I need to choose input. Then set property. Property is a color property. It can be a text color property, it can be a font property, it can be x and y axis properties, it can be the height property, width property, and even a text property. Now RGB, this is the random number block, which is RGB. RGB means red, green, and blue. In our eyes, we can see only three colors, shades of which are different colors: red, green, and blue. We can see brown color, which is a mixture of red and it's a darkish red. So just because we can see red, we can see the brown color. Okay. Now, these are the three main colors. That's why we use it. I think this part is clear to you. I don't have to explain it anymore. Now, when uneven means when text input color is input. Text input color is the text input color. When it's input, not only clicked. If it was only clicked, when I click on this like this, the color would have changed, and there's no color. That's why nothing would have happened there. So set property text area text color to get text input color. To whatever color one inputs over here will be set as the text color of any text input in this text area. Okay. Now, when this plus I have given the label name for this plus sign. Even the text in it is the plus sign. Now when this plus is clicked, x equal to x plus 5. Remember, I declared a variable at the very beginning, variable x equal to 20. Remember that. Now, what is this? This is the text size. Okay, so that is the text size. Variable x equal to 20. There I showed. Now x equal to x plus 5. Set property text area font size x. Now this is the font size as I said. So it first happens. The x plus 5 happens. Then the text area text font size becomes x. It changes. Okay. And the vice versa when this minus sign is clicked. What happens? X equal to x minus 5 and set property text area font size x is the same block. That means that whatever text I input in this text area, its font size will be x. And what is x? X equal to 20. Now when plus is clicked, x becomes x plus 5, and when minus is clicked, x becomes minus 5. X minus 5. Okay. Now, there's a trick in designing. Before I come to it, let me tell you that I think the coding part is understood. Whatever is written here, that all the 24 lines of code is understood. And if you have any problem anymore with this coding part or any part, please comment below. I'll try to solve it as soon as possible. Now we move to the designing part. This is a text area and no text is given on it. I have already told what are the designing components given in it. And I haven't chosen text input, instead I've chosen this text area, so that if the text is bigger, if it's longer, then there's no problem in getting it fit over here. Because if I put anything in the text input, if something gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we cannot increase the text input sizes we can, but this text area is far better than text input in order to input some lines or something like that. And quotes can be long. Okay, now what I was telling you is on this drop down, and here you can see a thing like options is written. There I have chosen, let me just increase and show you, comic, Arial, Times and Lucida console. These are the 4 types of These are the 4 types of fonts, and I can edit it anytime. But in order to get the correct fonts, I have to remember each spelling. However the spelling is given over here in this font family options, whichever I choose, however it's given, I have to follow all of it. If it's TIMES times, I can't write it small TIMES. It will not show the correct one. So I have to follow all of it. Right. Okay, so I have done something wrong, because when I'm starting with it, it's not showing comic, it's showing Arial. So in order to get it correct, I have to write it like this. And if I want to change this Lucida console to any other, never mind. The coding will remain the same. Okay. So if I want to change the Lucida console to any other color, like if I choose Impact, I have to follow it IMPACT. So I didn't like Lucida console much because it is just as same as Arial. In fact, this impact can be better. In fact, let me write something. Yup. Oh, I'm not writing anything very nice. So whenever I'm choosing different fonts, it's becoming different. I'll show you this app review it now. Okay, so I think it's clear to you, and now I'm really happy with this app. And so I'll review it. I'm not getting its link and opening it in a new tab again and again and starting with it again. I'm not doing that because it will consume a lot of time, which I myself do not have and you do not have. So give me a moment please. Actually, I always keep my system sound muted, though there is not any sounds over here. Still. Okay, so running. For example, I put a quote like, this is the quote. Now I want to change its background color to light pink, greenish, and some blue. It will give you a violet. And if I want the quote color to be red, if I want it to be pink, it will be as same as what is there. And if I want to be a bit of green color, I write green. I can write it any font, like in caps lock, in what to say, not in caps lock. I can write it any. Doesn't matter. The result will be the same. If I want to increase its size a bit, I can by using this plus sign. If I want to change its font, I can. See, the font is really changing. And this impact is my favorite now because it's cute. This is also fine. So it worked. Why have I named it my quote? Because one can put his or her quote over here in one font as it's by default. Then he or she can change it to anything and can save it, take a screenshot or do whatever, and it'll be nice. You can get your quote as you like. And now my screen has changed. You can see an YouTube video is opened. Yes, it's White Hat Junior's class 31st project. I have already completed it and I have submitted it to my teacher. So I'm not showing you my project pin. Whatever hints is given over here, you have to follow that, and you have to make an app or game like that. The name of which is Color Me Beautiful. You can call it any app, even you can call it any game, even you can call it whatever you like. So before starting with it, let me tell you that the link of this video is available in this description box, along with the link of the My Coach app which I have created. You can certainly go there and check it. So without keeping suspense and without wasting time, let me play this video to you. Last time I played, my sound was really very low, so I was really unable to make you hear it. So now I'll show you and now I'll play it for you. So ready, steady, and here we go.
Oh hi, it's me, Frida Soso, the artist. I have some amazing news. My little niece Nina, she is so inspired by my art that she's decided that she's going to become a graphic designer. Isn't that so exciting? Now, she can be a little flaky and I really don't want her to change her mind. So I'm looking for a fun way to keep her engaged with colors. Now, someone told me that you've just learned all about sliders. So this app that I want you to design will be perfect practice for you. See, win-win for both of us. The app idea is simple. I want you to make a color matching game for her. As you know, all colors, yes, all of them are basically made up of red, green and blue.
This is what I just told you.
Do you know why? It's because our eyes can only see red, green and blue.
See, they're also saying the same thing.
I know, I just blew your mind. Let's get started. Click on the Start Project button and then click on View Code. Click Remix and rename it to Project 31. Now,
give me a second. I just paused this video because as this is the White Hat Junior project, it's just meant for the White Hat Junior students, so they have said that click on the Start Project button, go there and mix it. The link of this pre-designed app will be available in the description box. You can check that from there also. And what you need to do is watch from here.
Basic UI is already there. You just need to add the code. When the user clicks on the button, set the background color to white and set the color of the text to a random color. Now the sliders. When the user moves any of the sliders, the background color changes according to the RGB values. Now, when the background color matches the text, it will look like the text disappears. Clever, right? Click on Run to check if it's working correctly. And if it is, you will score some big points.
Again, this is for Whitehead Junior students.
If you're struggling a little bit, that's okay. Don't worry. Check the hint section.
The hint is already given in the screen. Give me a moment while I increase the size of my screen. Yeah. Now it's shown that each of the red, green and blue colors will range between 0 and 255, both of the numbers being included. Set these values for each of the sliders in the design. And the hints are given over here.
Remember, challenges are what make life colorful. Alright then. Best of luck.
It's over. It's over. I think this was the app designing, the coding and the project was really good. And hope you liked this video. Put a thumbs up to this and subscribe to Coding Station immediately if you already haven't. Oh yes! If you want to take a Whitehead Junior class with me, you can certainly do that. For that, the only thing you have to do is you have to write it in the comment section and we'll revert back to you as soon as possible. Bye bye now. We'll see you again later.